raising Oklahoma's age of consent.
There's a bill making its way through our state capitol right now that would raise Oklahoma's current age of consent from 16 to 18.
KOCO's Andy Weber joining us live now. Andy, what spurred this now?
Yeah, this morning the author, Senator Warren Hamilton, he was brief but said he wanted to better protect minors from predators here in Oklahoma. The bill in question is Senate Bill 615. As you mentioned, it would bring up the age of consent from 16 to 18. There is an exception for relationships between an adult and a minor no more than 4 years apart in age, so those would not be illegal. The bill was set to receive a vote today, but was held over until tomorrow after Senate Democrats raised some concerns about the language in the bill that may have said and may have made certain cases, certain rape cases, more difficult to prosecute. Guys, back to you.
And Andy, while we have you, a bill in the House that looked to make it easier for retired police officers to work as armed security guards passed, but did face some pushback.
Yeah, Zach, that bill is House Bill 3786. It would exempt former police officers from needing an additional license to be an armed security guard for at least 5 years after their retirement. That bill did face substantial pushback from a decent amount of House Democrats. They argue that those law enforcement should face certain scrutiny that all people should face when applying for a position of authority like a security guard. Here's State Rep Andy Fugate.
Law enforcement folks ultimately are people just like the rest of us. There are good ones, there are bad ones, there are ones that make mistakes.
This bill is simple. It's just trying to make it easier for guys that have done thousands and thousands of hours of training, spent years in a profession, to get a job after they retire standing in a bank or guarding us at the fairgrounds or whatever. There's nothing hidden in this bill. There's nothing sinister about it.
Right now, that bill did pass. Right now, the exemption for this law is 1 year as opposed to 5 years is what they're looking for. It did pass with a vote of 77 to 18. It now awaits a vote in the Senate. Reporting live at the Capitol, I'm Andy Weber, KOCO 5 News.